Let's begin. Semiotic is in principle the discipline studying everything which can be used in order to live. Who said this is which of his work? Okay. Umberto Eco in a theory of semiotic. ठीक है. Ayer chart famous experiment with poems and his Cambridge students is detailed in Practical Criticism, a study of literary judgment. Richard was astonished by the poor quality of his students' talk response. ठीक है. Who said these words in which work? And there was a level on which I believed that what had happened remained irreversible. Jean Didion in the Year of Magical Thinking. Got it? Yes. The book Dash was written by Gore Vidal in 1962. Rocking the Boat. Rocking the Boat जो बुक है किसके द्वारा लिखी गई है? गोरे विडाल के द्वारा in years 1962. Dash models his lyrical drama Atlanta in Calidons. Okay. A.C. Swinburne. Who asked Pope to write a comic poem about the historical incident between Arabella Farmer and Lord Peter in order to reconcile their families? Okay, John Carriels. Well, I wasn't going to abuse him. I was only going to ask, is there any quality which distinguishes his work from that of 20 struggling writers one could name? Of course not. He is a clever, prolific man, so are they, but he began with money and friends. He came from Oxford into the thick of advertised peoples. His name was mentioned in print 6 times a week. Before he had written a dozen articles, this kind of thing will become the rule. Men won't succeed in literature that they may get into society, but will get into society that they may succeed in literature. Okay. Which novelist has quoted the above lines in which of his work? George Gizing की न्यू गर्भ स्ट्रीट से. ओके. जॉर्ज गिजिंग न्यू गर्भ स्ट्रीट से. The Mimic Man by V.S. Naipaul is all about Mimic Man by V.S. Naipaul is all about an exiled Caribbean politicians. Okay. Which of the following has not been particularly part of feminism as a literary moment of any stage? A role played by women in the publishing industry. Okay. If I had a word of my own, everything would be nonsense. Nothing would be what it is, because everything would be what it isn't it, and what is wouldn't it would you see. Which novelist has quoted above the lines in which of his work? Okay, Lewis Carroll की Alice Adventures in Wonderland. Okay. The reason birds can fly and we can't is simply because they have perfect faith. For to have faith is to have wings. Okay. J.M. Barrie, The Little White Bird. Okay, J.M. Barrie, Little White Bird. These lines कहाँ से ली गई हैं? In the given series, which one has all the work matched correctly with the year of their publications? Okay, इनमें से कौन सा है जो उनके ईयर के साथ सही से मैच किया गया है? ठीक है. In The English Teacher 1945. Okay. Swami and Friends ये होगा 1935. And The Guide 1958. The Dark Room 1938. Okay. Again, The English Teacher 1945, Swami and Friends 1935, and The Guide 1958, and The Dark Room 1938. ठीक है. Which of these statement about in memoriams is true? Memoriam के बारे में statement कौन सी true? The poem concludes with an epithalamion. Match the authors with the novels. ऑथर्स को यहाँ पर नॉवल के साथ मैच करना है। थॉमस मूर का नॉवल है यूटोपिया, ठीक है। थॉमस नासे का नॉवल है यहाँ पर बी का फोर, द अनफॉर्चुनेट ट्रैवलर। यस, फ्रांसिस बेकन का होगा यहाँ पर न्यू एटलांटिस। एंड थॉमस, ये क्या है, टॉमस डेलोनी का होगा यहाँ पर टॉमस ऑफ रीडिंग्स। गुड। Where the mind is without rear and the head in held high, where knowledge is free, where the word has not been broken into fragments by narrow domestic दोबारा से रीड करते हैं। Where the mind is without rear and the head in held high, where knowledge is free, where the word has not been broken into fragment by narrow domestic walls. Okay. तो दिस इज रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर इन गीतांजलि, ठीक है। E.O. Wilson's term बायोफिलिया मीन्स, बायोफिलिया जो टर्म है वो विल्सन ने दी है और उसका अर्थ क्या है, आ लव ऑफ लाइफ, ठीक है। रेफरेंस एंड बायोग्राफी आर डिफरेंट इन व्हाट वेज। ओके, रेफरेंस और जो बायोग्राफी है डिफरेंट है किस तरीके से, ठीक है, इन व्हाट वेज, ऑल ऑफ अबोव, ठीक है। चलो रीड कर लेते हैं एक बार। द रेफरेंस कंटेन द मेन डिटेल्स इन ऑर्डर टू वेरीफाई देम। द रेफरेंस हैव द सरनेम ऑफ द पर्सन ऑन इट्स फर्स्ट priority. Good. The reference have the actual page number. Okay. Archetypal criticisms, इसके बारे में स्टेटमेंट्स, deals with the similarities of patterns in the literature of widely diverse culture, ठीक है। He sat beside me pleasantly and played his sweet music to me, and in the end of foretold things that put drunkenness on my wits, ठीक है। Which of the following dramatists in which of his work had the above lines? Okay, Lady Augusta George, Gods and Fighting Man. Okay, which event changed Mr. Polly's life for the better, even though for a short term in novels? The history of Mr. Polly. Okay, his father dies. थैंक्स गाइस। तो मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में और न्यू क्वेश्चंस के साथ। तब तक के लिए आप प्रैक्टिस करते रहिए। थैंक यू।